Today I'm going to protect my bucket full of chisels with foam squares from the dollar store. Hi everybody, I'm Brian Jones, the Sunday Carpenter. Today I'm going to clean up this bin full of chisels and hand planes. I came up with a solution, and that solution is foam squares from the dollar store. All my chisels and my hand planes are just kind of thrown in here, which is definitely not ideal. It's Mystery Stanley, don't know the number of it. So what I think I'm going to do is put one of these pads down at the very bottom, and I'll cut a space for 4 chisels in the pad that goes on top of that one. So it'll be 2 pads, one on the bottom, one on top, with holes cut for the chisels. And for this hand plane, and these 2 hand planes over here. But I'll leave a gap here at the end so these can kind of fit wedged in between the padding and the edge of the box. Let me show you what I've done to get my project this far along. At first I thought I was going to use a pencil and trace around my hand plane and my chisels. I put it on here and I've taken the pencil and I've gone around the chisel and the hand planes. And after looking at it, it was kind of, I wouldn't say sloppy, but there was a lot of room for error. So then I took a look at my box cutter, loosely run it right along the edge. They make a good line. Once it's been run along once, not all the way through, mind you, just a little bit, I could remove the hand plane, shorten my blade so it doesn't snap, and then slowly make the cuts deeper. Just following that first cut, and just keep cutting and wiggling and getting it into the corners. When you think you've got it, take out your piece and you can get rid of that. Give it test fit. And that fits just fine. So this is what I've got done so far. I've got a place for my little hand planes, the big hand plane, and the 4 chisels that I don't use very much. So I finished the project off camera. As I'd shown earlier, you just cut the rubber mats slowly and surely. It's easy work, but it takes some time. Once I was finished cutting all the mats, I glued them together, and then I made sure they fit in here. And the tools don't wiggle around. I've got 2 layers. These are the chisels that I use the most. They're in the top layer. In the bottom layer, I've got the chisels that I don't use quite as much, and my low angle plane, which I don't use that much. Even with the top layer in place, I've got access to both of my hand planes. I left a little bit sticking off the edge of the under layer on my top layer, the base layer, and that fits snug behind the hand plane and goes against the sides so that it won't shift this way. keeps it fit there. Each of these sets is made up of 2 layers of 14mm black foam. You can get this at the dollar store. And that's on top of maybe about a, I don't know, 8mm layer of thinner foam. But I wanted something with a different color, just so there's a contrast when the chisels are out, so you can see which one's missing. Behind where each of the chisels go, I made a cutout so that it's easier to get the chisels in and out of their position. For that, I just used my razor blade and cut at about a 45-degree angle and made a cut behind each chisel. I still have access to my hand planes, even with this one in. So there's a place here for the sharpening jig, and I cut a triangle shape out of the black foam in the base layer, so this fits snug in there. There's about a 2.5 centimeter gap up here at the top between the black foam and the end, and this is where I keep all my flat objects. I've got a scraper, 2 different diamond stones. I fit my flush cut saw over here on the side. My hammer sits on top. We're good to go. As you may have noticed in some of my other videos, I keep all my tools in a shed outside. I don't have a workshop or a place to keep them out and accessible all the time. So I keep most of my tools kind of organized in little boxes like this. I am worried a little bit about rusting. It's so humid here. So right now I'm trying out one of these silica gel packets to keep moisture down. But if you've got any ideas what I could do to mitigate moisture collecting in a box like this, please comment down below. That'd be a big help. Anyway, I hope you liked this video. If you did, hit the like and the subscribe button down below. And I'll see you next time. Thanks for watching, everybody. If you've got a bunch of chisels and they're rattling around, you don't know what to do with them, I highly recommend using this dollar store foam. It works great, it's easy to use. Why not give it a shot? If you've got any comments, put those down below. I love reading them, and I do read all of them.